Hey everybody, welcome back to Stuff I Never Knew. We've been trying some new things, including running the show on Facebook Live. We're having some great fun and great success. This show is our first attempt at that. We just had people call in. We had a great time. I think we had about 7 people call in all together, and we ran through some questions and just tested the format. So this show's a little different than from what you're used to hearing, but you can still play along and answer some of the questions. But before we get started, I just want to remind you, Stuff I Never Knew has only one sponsor, and it's me, Jeff. It's called Healthy with Jeff. If you've been following along, I've been on a quest to bring nutrition and health and an active lifestyle together and bring it into my life. And I've done that over the last 6 months. I'm down about 25 pounds. I almost hit 30. In full disclosure, I was almost 30 pounds down around Easter. A little bit of a relapse, a lot of family, a lot of partying, and I am officially down about 25 pounds right now, and it's just a change in lifestyle and nutrition. If you want to see what I'm doing, go over to Healthy with Jeff on Facebook. Just click the like button. You'll stay up to date with what I'm doing. And if you have any interest in it, reach out to me. Hit that message button, and I'd love to chat with you with what I'm doing. That's Healthy with Jeff. And let's get right into the show. Hey everybody, welcome to a special episode of Stuff I Never Knew. This is episode 36. We're going to reboot the show. We're doing something a little different tonight. We're just kind of catching up. We're going to ask some questions. We'll still keep score and you can still earn some points. But we're trying it live tonight. So you're going to be on Facebook Live, on the Stuff I Never Knew page. You can watch live. You can put your answers right in the comment section. All the guests have sworn they're not on Facebook tonight, so they're on their honor. They're not cheating. There is a little bit of a delay, so I'll know if you are looking there. I do have 3 guests right now. Hopefully other people jump in and out throughout tonight. If you are watching and you're in part of the group, you know how to get the link and join us tonight. I have Tim, Kathy, and Jeremy. We're going to meet them all. We're going to just go right into it. I'm going to start with Tim. Tim's a first-time caller. How's it going tonight, Tim?
That's going pretty good.
And you said first time calling in. Have you ever listened to the show before?
Yeah, I found you guys on YouTube, so I just was looking for something trivia related. Thought this one was good. You're actually asking questions, and it wasn't just there were a lot of really specialized stuff, and this one was a little bit more general, except for the Back to the Future stuff. That was right up my alley, so I enjoyed that stuff.
Yeah, there's 2 things. Adam is a regular player on the show, and he always seems to get the Back to the Future questions, but he's never seen the movie. So just through luck of the draw, he gets those questions, and he gets upset with me. But then coming up, Andy, who was on, I think, episode 35, he and I are going to put together an all Back to the Future show coming up. So look for that probably in the next 5 shows. It'll be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Where are you calling from, Tim?
Madison, Wisconsin area.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
And let's get to your first question. Are you ready?
Sure.
The state capital of North Dakota is the only state capital to end in 3 consonants.
Bismarck.
Bismarck is correct. First point, and your first point in Stuff I Never Knew history.
And actually one of my favorite type of donuts, too.
A Bismarck donut.
Bismarck donut? Yeah.
What is a Bismarck donut?
Well, that's the one that has like the pudding cream in it.
I thought that was a Boston cream.
Well, no, Boston cream is like pie. There's a Boston cream pie, which is awesome as well. Yeah, they call it a Bismarck when they put the pudding inside the stuff it with the thing.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
As long as you're getting your daily dose of pudding. Here we go. We're going to go over to Kathy. Kathy, your question. The state capital of Vermont has the smallest population of any state capital and is the only state capital without a McDonald's. What is the capital of Vermont?
Well, state capitals are not my thing, so I have absolutely no idea. No idea at all.
Oh, it is.
If you asked me something West Coast, I could have got it.
It's Montpelier. And
Can you pronounce it?
Montpelier.
That's a peculiar name.
And Kathy, you've called in before and played. Where are you calling from?
Lodi, California.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show. We'll get some more questions for you. I know you're cooking dinner, so we're going to respect your time. Meatloaf is in the oven. You can't burn it tonight.
Thanks.
All right. We're going to go up to Jeremy, the Spider Pan of Neverland. How's it going?
Oh, it's going very well. He-Man's just hanging out with me here. I do weird things on cameras.
and Jeremy's been on the show before. He's also hosts his own podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, the Neverland podcast, where I'm generally a Disney podcast, but I cheat every once in a while, and somebody like He-Man will show up. But with Star Wars kind of owning everything I love, from Marvel, Pixar, Muppets to, that's right, Star Wars.
Go about your business.
I realized that I've become a Disney podcast because I absolutely love the parks, even though I've only been to one of them. So we cover a lot of park news, a lot of movies and entertainment. I'm more focused on the entertainment side of Disney because that's where I can get more access. But have a lot of fun. The theme is just to keep a pixie in your pocket and a good attitude and have a lot of fun.
And how can somebody find it? What's the best way to find a Neverland podcast?
Well, neverlandpodcast.com, and you got a dog. But we're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher. I'm on another one called Satchel, which Satchel is a very cool podcast player because you can actually look for local podcasts in your area. So I do advise that one as well. I did find a few locals that I enjoy as well. But yeah, I'm just about everywhere. I'm even in the Google podcast. I don't know if it's part of Google Music, but I am registered there.
Awesome. Well, welcome back to the show. Are you ready for your first question?
I'm ready to fail at another one.
Sticking with state capitals, we got the Republic of Texas, and now Texas has moved its capital 3 times: Galveston, Houston, and this city.
Austin.
Austin is correct.
I knew that one.
And we have somebody else calling in. I want to say Jack. Did I get that name right?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Didn't know if I was showing up on your guys' thread or not.
Yeah, well, welcome back. Jack's called in several times. You've heard him on many shows before. How's it going tonight?
Oh, it's going just ducky.
Just ducky. Things are going well?
Yep.
Are you ready? Are you ready to jump in for your first question?
Oh, sure.
So we're sticking with state capitals. Only 2 state capitals are along the Mississippi River: St. Paul, Minnesota, and this capital in Louisiana.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I know it's not New Orleans. What the hell is that? No, I'm throwing in. I'm not even going to bother.
Throwing in? It is Baton Rouge.
There you
Baton
go.
Rouge. All right. Back to Tim. Tim, your second question. What is the term used for one person scoring 3 goals in a single game?
I guess you didn't specify a sport, but I'm going to go with a hat trick.
Hat trick is correct. Over to Kathy. Kathy, your second question.
Mm-hmm.
Three-peat. The word three-peat is a portmanteau of 3 and repeat. NBA coach Pat Riley coined this term for which 1993 basketball team?
And here we go again with the Americanism.
Those American sports. Those American capitals.
Let me think. What basketball teams do I know? I'm going to say the Heat.
The Heat.
Yeah.
Incorrect. I do apologize for the double questions for you. It is the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls.
Oh, the Bulls. Okay, I've heard of those.
Over to Jeremy. Your second question. What is the slang term for a left-handed athlete? This term is most associated with boxing, but originated with baseball.
Did he mute his microphone?
Oh, I'm here. I am. I'm answering the question. Everybody's looking at me funny. I forgot I was muted. But I was saying that I remembered my Rocky movies and that they called him a southpaw.
Southpaw is correct. Jeremy with the 2 points. Tim with 2 points.
I can't believe I forgot I muted myself.
I was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? All right, back to Jack. Jack, your second question. The term game plan was coined by the Green Bay Packers coach
Vince Lombardi.
who led the team to victories in the first two Super Bowls. Vince Lombardi is correct. Not even waiting for the buzzer. So here we go. Back to Tim, your third question. And the way we play the show is there's usually 2 or 3 rounds. The first round, each player gets 3 questions, and then they get a 5-point bonus question. So you can score up to 8 points in this round. Then we'll go head-to-head with some remaining players. But depending on who pops in and out during the night, we may play around with that format a little bit. So back to Tim, your third question. The human brain has 4 lobes. Name one of the 4 lobes of the human brain.
I think I'm going to go with the frontal lobe. That seems obvious, but it might be the frontal lobe.
Frontal lobe is correct. So far, Tim with the sweep. 3 for 3. Over to Kathy. This organ's main job is to filter blood coming from the digestive tract before passing it to the rest of the body. It also detoxifies chemicals and metabolizes drugs.
That would be your liver.
Your liver is correct. Kathy on the board. Broke the curse. Because a liver knows no borders, right?
Finally, my specialist subject.
All right. This goes over to Jeremy. How many bones are in the human body?
Oh my goodness! And I'm gonna probably mess this up, and my wife is gonna give me a dirty look because she's a biology teacher. I know it gets complicated when you get like the multiple bones that are in your fingers and toes and stuff, and then your skull actually has different bones. But what's jumping in my head is 64.
64 is a little light. It's 206. 206 bones.
Yeah. I know there's all those like little small bone bits that, I was going to get thrown off.
I did mean the human body.
Yeah, I know. We got a lot of bones.
Yeah.
Oh, and when you count all your teeth, because, that's more bones.
There we go.
See, well, my biology teacher wife isn't here, so she can't look at me dirty.
She'll never know.
Yeah, she'll never know.
All right, last question for the first of the 3 questions to Jack. Jack, the pancreas is a gland organ that is located in the abdomen.
It's also a Weird Al Yankovic song.
It is. What hormone does it produce?
God, I know this. You know how when you're live, you become 20 points dumber automatically?
And it doesn't help when there's a camera on you.
No.
And you're live to the world.
Exactly. Hematobin. That's
incorrect. It is insulin. I have a feeling Kathy would have swept this round.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So we went through 3 questions each. Tim is leading with 3. Jeremy has 2. Jack and Kathy have 1 each, but don't worry. The next question is worth 5 points. So I'm going to give you a list. Every one that you name off the list is worth 1 point. And Tim, are you ready?
Yep.
Tim, name the 5 members of the Jetsons family. And it includes their dog.
Okay, so George, Jane, his wife, daughter Judy, Elroy, the boy, and I want to say Astro is the dog.
Ruh-roh. Astro is correct. Tim with the sweep, 8 points. Over to Kathy.
Man, I was glad I didn't get that one.
Oh, you'll love this one. Kathy, sticking with families. Name the 5 members of the Simpsons family.
Okay, we've got Bart, Lisa, Maggie, Homer, and Marge.
Correct. With the sweep, you got 6 points.
Yeah, like we're sticking with cartoons. I have a chance.
Yeah, actually, and the last 2 are cartoons as well. This one goes to Tim. I'm sorry. This one goes to Jeremy. We already did. Tim, what am I doing?
I don't know.
Is
I
anybody,
even remember to unmute myself.
who's running the show? This one goes to Jeremy, the Spider Pan of Neverland. Jeremy, name the 5 characters on the cartoon show Scooby-Doo.
All right, well, you've got Scooby, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, and Daphne.
These are too easy, and
Yeah, it's cartoon questions. I'm good at those.
Jeremy's going to walk away with 7.
Woohoo!
And the last one to Jack. Jack, aside from Dopey and Doc, name the remaining 7 dwarfs.
Ooh. Sleepy, Happy, not Dopey and Doc. Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy. You couldn't give me the Simpsons question, right? I get the 7 dwarfs.
Well, I couldn't give that one to Jeremy.
Yeah, I lose. I'm out.
You're doing great. Sneezy and Bashful were the other 2 there. So we'll continue play here. We have Tim with 8, Kathy with 6, Jeremy with 7, Jack with 4. It's still anybody's game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to some round 2 questions. Kathy, if you can stick around, I know you have a crunch. So if you can stick around, we'll do some more questions. Let's see. We're going to have some fun with these. We have one of my favorite. We do some gaming element questions. And on this show, I believe might have been episode 27 or 28. We did technology versus candy. So you each get one of these questions. You have to tell me which came first. Is it the item of technology that I'm going to give you, or the candy that I'm going to give you? Tim, you are first.
You're going to give us candy? Did I hear that right?
That's right.
I got my coin ready to go.
Here we go. Tim, which came first? The microphone or the Milky Way candy bar?
I will guess Milky Way.
The microphone was in 1876, and the Milky Way, 1923. It was the microphone came first.
Oh, by a lot more than I thought.
And that was your first miss of the whole. It took you to the second round to miss one there. Nice work so far. Still in the lead, though. Kathy, your question with 6 points. Which came first? The telephone or Swedish fish? Which came first?
I remember this question the first time around, and I'm going to say that it was the telephone came first.
Let's see, the telephone was in 1876, same year as the microphone. And Swedish fish were in 1950. Kathy picking up a point. There we go. Over to Jeremy. Jeremy, the Tootsie Roll or the safety brake for the elevator, which came first?
I think I'm going to say a Tootsie Roll.
Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll was invented in 1896. The elevator, 1852. 1852.
Wow.
Tootsie Rolls came after elevator. They could take them to the 3rd floor.
I didn't know we would have elevators in 1850s.
Yeah, you didn't want to ride
I
them.
thought the elevator wouldn't be until electricity.
They're almost death traps. So here we go.
That was stuff I didn't know.
There's a lot of that.
I thought I heard something that the brake was invented before the actual elevator or something at some point. I remember hearing that somewhere.
It may have been. I don't know. That's other stuff I don't know.
That's what we're here for, right?
Over to Jack. Jack, which came first? the first Valentine's Day box of chocolates or the electric doorbell?
Game theory would say the doorbell.
Let's see. Because if you were delivering chocolates, you'd want them to know you were there. So the first Valentine's Day box of chocolates was in 1896. The electric doorbell by Joseph Henry, 1831. The doorbell came first. Yeah, yes, you got
I'm a lot more proud of that 1 point than.
Actually, that makes sense because if you watch old versions of the Christmas Carol, they'd have the pull string doorbell that someone could pull up from your door.
Yeah, the ring, 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 ring. All right, here we go. We have another round of which came first. And I'm not sure what the theme is here, but it looks pretty good. Which came first? Steel wool for scrubbing pots? This is for Tim. Tim, was it steel wool for scrubbing pots and pans or the metal detector? Which came first? The steel wool for scrubbing pots and pans or the metal detector? Could you sneak steel wool into school, I guess?
Yeah. I'm going to, once again, just take a guess. Steel wool came first.
Let's see. The metal detector was in 1881. Steel wool was in 1896. The metal detector came first.
Wow.
Over to Kathy.
All right.
Kathy, which came first? The paperclip or aerosol sprays?
I'm going to say that the paperclip came first.
Let's see. The paperclip was in 1899. Aerosol sprays were in 1926. It was the paperclip. Kathy just tied first place with Tim. Look at you coming back. Over to Jeremy. Jeremy, which came first? Neon lights or the jukebox?
That is a good one. I'm going to hazard a guess to say the jukebox may have come first.
Ooh, let's see. Neon lights were in 1910. The jukebox, 1890. It was the jukebox. We have a three-way tie right now.
Woohoo!
Tim, Kathy, and Jeremy all at 8 points. Jack's on their tails, catching up. Here we go. You can make it a 2-point game, Jack. Which came first? Shredded wheat or antibiotics?
Louis Pasteur. Antibiotics.
Shredded wheat was in 1910. Antibiotics were in 1928. 28. Shredded
You
wheat.
torture me. You torture
Shredded
me.
wheat came first. All right, so there we go. We're going to go on to some questions. After that, the fun of which came first, one of my favorite segments. And this goes over to Tim. Tim, what does NATO stand for?
NATO would be North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Correct. Over to Kathy. What is a trattoria in Italy? Trattoria. I'll spell it for you while you're muted. Trattoria. Trattoria.
Now, I know we have these here in the States as well because of the Italian population. I'm going to say the Italians love their food. It's some kind of restaurant.
It is exactly a restaurant. It is a restaurant, correct. And here we go. We have some multiple choice questions coming up for each of you. This one goes over to Jeremy. Jeremy, from which locations did the Wright brothers make their first flight in 1903. And before you answer that, when we do multiple choice questions on the show, we do them a little differently. You can answer for 2 points without the 4 choices, and there's no penalty for guessing. Or I'll give you, after you guess, I'll give you the 4 choices, and you can answer for 1 point. So you can get 2 points on this question. Let me reread it back to you, Jeremy. From which locations did the Wright brothers make their first flight in 1903?
Well, I know it was in Pennsylvania, but I don't think they really went too far in that first actual flight. It was just enough that they got in the air. I know it was in Pennsylvania, but you're probably looking for a specific town.
No, just state. I'm sorry.
The state? I'm pretty sure it was in Pennsylvania, because aren't they the ones that? No, or was it South Carolina? They say they're first in flight. Maybe it's South Carolina. Uh-oh.
Let me give you your 4 choices. It's South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, New York.
I'm going to go with South Carolina then.
South Carolina, incorrect. It is North Carolina. Kitty Hawk.
Oh, so close.
All right.
I knew it was the Carolina after I realized it wasn't Pennsylvania, at least.
Yeah, actually, a strategy for this, if you guess it and I give you the choices, then you know that you can eliminate that choice. You shouldn't go back to it. Just as a game strategy for us. Not many people do multiple choices like we do. Yeah. So here we go. This goes over to Jack. Jack, which country gave the United States the Statue of Liberty as a gift? It seems like when you know it, you don't even let me read it.
Sorry.
You're saying, can you repeat the answer?
France.
France is correct for 2 points. That'll put you up to 7, so you're right back in the game again. This question goes up to Tim. Tim, your multiple choice question for 2 points. What was the name of Helen Keller's teacher?
I want to say Annie.
Can you be a little more specific?
I need a last. Shoot. I'm probably going to get it. Let me.
Orphan.
Well, all right. Well, it's not Annie Oakley, that's for sure. How much time do I have to think? Because if you give me half an hour, I'll probably come up with it. But go ahead and give me the multiple choice.
Okay. Well, I bet the multiple choice will clarify it for you.
Yeah.
What was the name of Helen Keller's teacher? Was it Anne Sullivan, Dorothy Sullivan, Jane Sullivan, or Roberta Sullivan?
Guess I'm going with Anne Sullivan.
Anne Sullivan is correct. I wrote that question, months ago before I would have known you would have said Anne. And I was looking at the questions. I left the last names all the same. So I guess I could have accepted Anne. But anyway, you did get the point for that one. And the last multiple choice over to Kathy. Kathy, what day marks the beginning of fall in the northern hemisphere?
My temptation is to say September. But I know if I ask for the multiple choice, you're going to say like September, October, November, December. So I'm going to go with September.
September. Let me give you your 4 choices. That is incorrect. Is it the winter solstice, the autumnal equinox, the summer solstice, or the spring equinox?
I thought you wanted the month.
No, what day?
It's going to be the autumnal equinox.
That is correct. That puts you at 10 points. Tim is at 10 points. Jeremy is at 8 points. And Jack is right catching up now. He's at 7 points, catching fire. All right, over to Jeremy. Mahjong originated in what country?
I believe that is China.
China, correct. Up to 9 points for Jeremy.
Yay!
Over to Jack. How many years are there in a millennium?
1,000.
1,000, correct. We're going to start another round of multiple choices here. This one starts with Tim. Same rules apply. Answer without the choices for 2 points or with the choices for 1. And Tim, which branch of the arts brought Frank Lloyd Wright fame?
Wow, I'm not sure what you're going with, but I'm going to say architecture because I know he's an architect and he designs a lot of cool buildings, especially here in Madison, at least.
Architecture is correct, and an amazing house here in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, called Falling Water. Falling Water. And you guessed that without the choices, right? That's 2 points. You're at 12 points now. This one goes to Kathy. Multiple choice. Which state has its 3 largest cities beginning with the letter C?
No. See, here we are with the American state thing again.
Cleveland Rock.
Just give me a multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Pennsylvania, Nevada, Ohio, West Virginia.
I'm going to go with Ohio.
Ohio is correct. I think Jack with the assist on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even watching. I was writing everything down.
He yelled out Cleveland Rocks, I think. He couldn't. Sometimes you can't hold it back.
I'm not paying attention to him.
I was thinking Chicago when I was trying to think of other cities in Illinois, or then I thought about Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I don't know.
Over to Jeremy. Your multiple choice. By what name was the wife of President Lyndon B. Johnson known? Your eyes lit up on that one.
So Lyndon Johnson, he's the one that became president after Kennedy was assassinated, right?
I can't answer any of your questions.
Oh, of course, that wouldn't help me with the first lady's name. Let's just go with. Now, are you looking for her real name or like a nickname?
I would assume this is like a nickname. I don't believe it was her real name.
She's a lady.
Jack.
Well, I don't suppose they called her a tramp. Well, there probably were people that called.
It is definitely a nickname, not a real name.
Okay. Well, let's just go out on a limb and guess the first lady. Maybe that's the first time they called someone the first lady or something.
The first lady. Incorrect. Here come your choices. Was it Lady Lynn, Lady Bird, Bluebird, or Ellie?
My gut says Lady Bird.
Is your gut your final answer?
I guess not.
Yeah. I'm just asking you a question.
Let's throw out then Ellie.
Ellie, Bluebird, Lady Bird, or Lady Lynn.
I don't suppose they would have called her Lady Lynn off of Lyndon Johnson, but I mean it's possible. I think the only thing I haven't thrown out is Bluebird, so let's go with Bluebird.
Bluebird. You should always go with your gut. That's the first rule. Lady Bird was correct. Lady Bird Johnson.
Wow. That's what happens every time I take an exam at university. I'll put my first answer down, and then if I change it, then I'll get it wrong, and it turns out my first answer was right. I still have not learned my lesson.
You want something even worse? I could answer all of your guys' questions. I'm going to miss this next one.
That's the way,
You're supposed to throw out clues.
Here it goes. I have a good feeling for this one, Jack. This could put you right up at 10 points, right in the solid third place, because Tim has 12, Kathy has 11, Jeremy has 9, and you have 8, but I think you can jump to 10 on this one. What religious figures are also chess pieces?
Bishops.
Bishops, correct. That puts you at 10 points. You just leapfrogged Jeremy into third place. Hanging in there.
Still love you, brother.
I was looking for Yeah. Do, do, do. Is that clapping? Let's see. That's waving. All right, so here we go. We're going back to Tim. Tim, your questions.
Is this a multiple choice or just a regular question now?
This is going to be... We're going to do some nicknames. Are you ready? And this will be the... You're each going to get 2 more questions. One's going to be a nickname question, and then one more question, then we'll see where we are, and we'll move the final 2, the 2 highest scores to the final round. Tim, name the person who belongs to this nickname, the Nature Boy. The Nature Boy. Who is the Nature Boy?
Wow. Just by looking at everybody else, I think they have it, but I don't think I do.
I'm
Nature Boy.
I'm sure if you miss it, Jack will come in with the actual...
Be the man.
Jack, you want to help me out here? I want to say Tarzan, but I think that's the Jungle Boy.
Tarzan is incorrect. Jack, do you want to give the answer? It's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo!
Oh my gosh! You know what? All right, my fault for missing it.
Yeah. Woo! There we go.
He's actually going to be in town here in Kansas City at Planet Comic-Con. I'm hoping to meet him. It's going to be awesome.
Kathy, the
I
Godfather
completely
of
missed the
Soul.
question. I'm sneezing. Oh, yes, okay.
Kathy, the Godfather of Soul. Who is the Godfather of Soul? You will tie Tim at 12 points if you get this correct for first place.
Of course, it was James Brown.
James Brown, we are tied 12-12 for first. Jeremy, who is the Flying Tomato?
The Flying Tomato?
Flying Tomato.
Wow, so you give them the easy ones and I get the Flying Tomato.
The Flying Tomato.
The Flying Tomato. Okay, I'm thinking it might be like a sports player of some sort. I don't know. So you'd get a nickname because I'm thinking you'd have to have something that would be red or whatever, and then you'd be. I don't know. And it is a who and not a thing.
It is a who.
Okay.
Who is the Flying Tomato?
The Flying Tomato. It was an overweight Native American trapeze artist for that. No, I'm kidding. That would be horrible. I'm going to just make up a name and say Ron Johnson.
Ron Johnson is correct. It rhymes. Ron and Sean. Sean White, extreme sports. Big snowboarder, big skateboarder, usually.
And the red hair, they call him a tomato. Yeah. I get it.
And to Jack, who is the Golden Bear? The Golden Bear.
Yogi.
Yogi. It is Jack Nicholas. Jack Nicholas.
Didn't know that one.
Back to Tim. Tim, your final question before we get to the final round. You are tied with Kathy, 12 points each. Jeremy has 9, and Jack has 10. So here we go. What is a haboob? Haboob. A haboob.
I think I actually know this because we were making fun of it because it's some sort of a dust storm. Is that enough?
It is exactly a dust storm. That'll put you with 13 points in first place. Over to Kathy. What tree produces acorns? Sometimes pronounced eggcorn. Incorrectly pronounced.
From small acorns do great oaks grow. The oak trees.
That is correct. Still tied 13-13. Over to Jeremy. Jeremy, what is the name of the pigment that turns leaves green?
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll. That's right. Hey. I guess no What was that, Billy? No Billy Madison jokes while we're here. And the last question of the second round to Jack, who's ready for some Back to the Future questions. Plutonium has a distinction of being the first what?
Radioactive element?
It was the first man-made element. Man-made, also radioactive, but man-made.
Oh. Okay.
So that's going to give us two winners, or two people tied for the final right now, between Tim and Kathy. Tim has 13, Kathy has 13. Jeremy and Jack put up a great fight with 10 points each. They're right in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take Kathy and Tim to the final round, but to find out who's going to get the first question, we're going to do a tiebreaker question, one of our old school style tiebreakers. Here's how it works. I'm going to name the top 10 cereals. I have a list of the top 10 cereals sold in the U.S. according to bakeryandsnacks.com. If you name a cereal on that list, you stay alive. If you do not name a cereal on that list, you're going to lose, and the other person will get to pick if they want to be first or second in the final round. Are you ready? Tim, you went first during the game, so you'll go first. Tim, name a top 10 cereal sold in the U.S. Oh, could you repeat that, Tim? You're frozen.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes is not on the list. Kathy, if you can name one, you will stay alive.
Oh. Okay, I have to be very careful here. I think Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies. Tim is going to spin around with joy because Rice Krispies is not on the list. Not a top 10 cereal. Back to Tim. You guys are both still alive. Name a top 10 cereal.
Yeah, it might have been Cheerios, so I'm going to go Cheerios.
Cheerios is number 7 on the list. Kathy?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios sneaking in at number 10. Back to Tim.
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, number 9 on the list. Now we got a battle going. Back to
I'm having a little trouble with my mic unmuting.
Oh, go ahead,
Bear
Kathy.
with me. So I'm thinking about Kicks.
Kicks is not on the list. That'll give Tim the tiebreaker point. He'll get to decide. Tim, do you want to go first or second in the final round?
I'll go second.
All right.
So was Captain Crunch on the list?
So anybody else want to take a guess? Go ahead. Captain Crunch not on the list.
Oh, I am shocked. Okay.
Special K number 5 on the list.
Cornflakes. You already say that?
Yeah, not on the list.
Yeah.
Well, we got
They're not
Raisin
my favorites. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms number 3 on the list. We have Raisin Bran number 1, Fruit Loops number 2, Lucky Charms, Frosted Mini Wheats, Special K, one of my favorites, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, and then Frosted Flakes and Honey Nut Cheerios rounding out the board. Here we go. Tim versus. I also start saying versus now because I got a bad review on iTunes because I said verse. So Tim versus Kathy. Tim, do you want to be first or second?
I'll go second.
All right, Kathy, your first question in the final round. You'll each get 7 questions, and stealing is allowed. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes, I think.
There we go. Kathy versus Tim. Kathy, how many playing spaces does a standard Connect 4 game have?
I remember this from before, and
Were you paying attention?
I remember the answer. That's a really good question. I want to say it's 64.
64 is incorrect. Tim, you can steal. Stealing is open now.
Pretty sure it's 7 across on the bottom, but I don't remember how many go up. So I'm gonna say 42.
42 is exactly how many there are. Tim with the steal and the first point in the final round.
And that's my favorite number, too.
I think that's all things in the universe. Isn't it?
Absolute civil life, the universe, and everything.
Here we go. Back to Tim, your question. How many possible landing spaces are there on a roulette wheel?
Well, I'm going to guess you mean an American roulette wheel because it is actually different with Europeans, but there's 36 numbers and then 2 green spaces, so 38.
38 is correct. Tim off to a big start in the final. Kathy, here we go. What is the first cartoon to be made into a balloon for a parade? I must have wrote this around Thanksgiving.
Oh, no, that's a good question. There's another question about American things that I have no idea about. When I think about it, it was probably Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse is incorrect. Tim, can you steal?
Well, I might be able to. I have no idea, but I'm going to guess Snoopy.
Snoopy, incorrect. You guys were right on the color theme. It is a black and white. It is.
Can I take a guess? Because I think I know.
It is.
Felix the Cat, right?
It is Felix the Cat. Correct. Correct.
I actually did a segment on Thanksgiving Day floats a couple of years back. I think that's why I remember that from.
Here we go. Over to Tim. What is the name of Superman's birth mom?
Oh, if you asked me his dad, I would have had it. But not his mom. Hold on. Laura? I don't think that's right, but that's my guess.
Are you going? Laura is correct. Correct.
Really?
Back to Kathy.
All right.
You got 3 points. Kathy, here it comes. Emulsion, primer, and undercoat are all terms connected with what?
Painting.
Painting is correct.
Painting and decorating.
Kathy on the board. Back to
Excellent.
Tim. What surname connects movie stars Henry, Peter, Jane, and Bridget?
Fonda.
Fonda is correct. And we have 4 multiple choice questions in this round. Here come the first 2. Stealing is available. You can still have the chance to get 2 points. If you miss it, you can get the 1 point with the answers. If you miss that, the other player can steal. Kathy, this question was written for you. Which country boasts the Burgundy wine region? Finally, not an American question.
Well, that would be France.
France is correct for 2 points. The choices were France, Spain, Hungary, Italy. France was correct. Over to Tim. Where is the Sea of Tranquility where Eagle landed in 1969?
Sea of Tranquility is on the moon.
On the moon is correct for 2 points. Back to you, Kathy. What is the name of the eggs laid by frogs and toads?
Spawn.
Spawn is correct for 2 points. Over to Tim. A Jenny is a female what?
I have the word hinny in my head, which I think is incorrect. I'm going to say Jenny is a female mule.
A mule. Is it a donkey, a wombat, a kangaroo, or a lion?
I'd go with the donkey then.
Donkey is correct. I think they are separate, right? Should we verify that?
I see. I go to University of Central Missouri. Our mascot is the Mules, and we call the males the Mules and the girls' teams the Jennies.
Yes.
Oh.
So I myself, I'd probably give it to him. But
let's see. A mule is the offspring of a male donkey and a female horse.
I'll be back. I'm just going to check on the meatloaf.
Yeah, this does say a Jenny is a female donkey, and a mule is a hybrid between a male horse and a female donkey. But the Jenny is a female donkey. That's a gray area.
There's no female mule then, because the offspring could either be male or female, right? So I guess that's the question: is the mule called like? I had hinny in my mind, so maybe a hinny is a female mule and Jenny's a female donkey.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think it's close. But I don't think you can call it a. I don't think a donkey. Well, a female donkey. Well, you said
I think you're overthinking it, Tim.
Yeah. Well, about me? How much am I overthinking it? It does say
whatever you want to decide is, of course, okay with me. So
it does say the hinny is different from a mule in very subtle ways, which is what I'm debating. The subtleties of horse and donkey offspring. I'll tell you what, I don't know enough to make a decision. I'm going to give you the point. 1 point. All right. Back to Kathy. The score is 7 for Tim, 5 for Kathy. Kathy, what drink do you get by mixing vodka and coffee liqueur?
Kahlua.
Oh, I was about to say, isn't that drunk and sober at the same time?
Yay. It's a European question. Over to Tim for the steal.
Does she not wait for the steal?
Yeah, what do you get when you mix vodka and coffee liqueur?
So we're not doing the multiple choice right now?
Those are
because I thought she got
those are done.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I probably would have gone with her answer. So, coffee and liqueur.
Vodka and coffee liqueur.
Vodka and coffee liqueur. Rum. That's pretty bad.
Well,
that's my guess. I got no guess.
It is coffee liqueur. It is a Black Russian.
Oh, I should have known that.
I knew what it was afterwards.
You know what? If you said blue, I would have said a Black Russian. Okay, yeah. Well,
all right. Over to Tim. What is a rickshaw pulled by?
Person.
Person is correct. The last two questions here of the round. Kathy, before becoming vice president, you're like, oh boy, Al Gore was senator from which state?
Wait, I feel like I kind of know this. Hold on. I'll go. You're going to tell me I don't know it in a minute, so just...
The state of the internet.
Well, I was going to say California, but he wasn't governor here. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Before becoming vice president, Al Gore was a senator for which state?
Senator. Yeah, let's go with California. Why not?
Incorrect. Tim for the steal.
So I think we should, and you should ask type questions. Al Gore is from Tennessee.
Tennessee, correct. And then Tim with the final softball question of the night. You're already ahead 9-5, but here we go. What is the sum of the interior angles of a triangle?
Oh, 180 degrees.
180 degrees. I'm not sure how that made it into the final round, but it is here. I just read them right down the list. And after 3 rounds, great work. Kathy made it to the final to battle Tim. Tim did walk away victorious. A couple steals set that game apart. And Tim is the winner of our special episode 36. Congratulations. And I want to welcome to the show a special guest. Has been on the show many times. A crowd favorite. He's also from Ohio, which we did have some Ohio questions tonight. One of the, I think the question was, name the state with its 3 largest cities beginning with the letter C, which would have been a steal for Steven. Steven, welcome back to the show. You're muted. You refuse to talk to us now. Oh, wait. Did I silence you? Oh, sorry about that.
Hello?
There you go. Steven,
hey.
welcome back to the show.
Am I really a fan favorite? I'm pretty excited about this. Or are you just being nice?
I believe so, and because I think I owe you a prize that I haven't shipped out yet, so you're definitely...
Right.
Anything I can do to smooth
So
over our
anything you
relationship.
could... But... right. I forgot about the prize.
Yeah, I do have... Let me see. They are boxed up, because I owe you and... I can't think of his other... I owe people prizes from
they're now a fan favorite too, I see.
Oh, yeah. They can't get enough of them.
Right.
Oh, we have another person coming in. It's Jules!
Hey!
Julie is a multiple-time winner of the show, Stuff I Never Knew. And at least, 23 wins?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I gotta catch up with that.
We did play a lot of trivia already. Would Steven and Jules like to do a final round battle?
Sure.
Is that okay, Julie?
Oh, I didn't know you meant me. I know there's another Julie.
Oh, yeah, I should call you Jules. Did I ever call you Jules before?
You usually call me Julie.
Julie! There is another Julie that goes by Jules.
Okay,
And I do apologize.
that's all right.
All right, let's see if I can find I printed out a bunch of the questions from previous shows, which you may or may not have both been on.
This is a sausage fest.
Storms. Hey. Well, yeah, kind of. She's not wrong.
Oh no, Kathy's up in my. She's the blank screen right there.
Oh.
Yeah, and she went to go check on her meat, so that makes it even more weird, I suppose.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she's checking on her meatloaf. All right, let's see. Well, that's mixed up.
I think everybody missed the stormtrooper.
I saw it.
Oh, I was making a stormtrooper missing joke. My bad.
Oh. I'm not pretty.
All right, well, we did that one already. Let's see. Give me a second. All right, here we go. I have a final round. This is congratulations. Part 2 of the show. Julie and Steven have made it to the final round. They were Steven was at trivia night, so he might be a little bit warmed up. Julie's just coming up, maybe home from work. I don't know what she
I just went for a walk, so
She went for a walk, so her
I'm all fresh.
I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go. And let's do a tiebreaker to see who goes first. How about that?
Oh, cool.
Let's see.
I can't believe Tricks wasn't on that last list. I know they're for kids, but geez.
All right, if you heard me ask this question during the test, let me know. But this is one of my favorite multiple choice. It's just going to earn favorite tiebreaker questions. What is the average number of squirts from a cow's udder needed to yield a gallon of milk?
Wow.
So every time, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, I got the gist of it. So.
I I'm still not
Is
sure.
that any more similar to how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Yes, but do not attempt this at home.
That's 3.
One. All right, so that'll be Steven, go ahead. You were on first, so you get the answer first.
69. For no apparent reason, I'm just guessing.
And Julie, your guess.
I will guess 200.
200. The correct answer: squirts from a cow's udder to produce a gallon of milk. 345.
Yay!
Yay!
I only feel
question.
bad for the cow.
Julie, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Second. All right, Steven, you're up.
All right.
Clean slate, 0-0. Julie versus Steven. Steven, who was the first woman candidate for vice president in the USA?
Sarah Palin.
Incorrect. Julie with the steal.
Is it Geraldine Ferrero?
Geraldine A. Ferrero.
Well, so I got it wrong.
It's correct. Julie with the point. Julie, your first question. Who was the first woman secretary of state in the U.S.?
I don't know. Hillary Clinton.
Steven for the steal.
I don't know politics.
Well, if you want to get a point. Yeah.
Wilma Flintstone.
Wilma Flintstone. Incorrect. Close. Madeleine
Close.
Albright. Madeleine Albright.
Oh, it's so close.
Yeah. Steven, in which Italian city is there a famous leaning tower?
Pisa.
Pisa. Julie thinks I just made that up as a softball question.
Not to be confused with the delicious Leaning Tower of Pizza.
That's right, correct. Julie, what was the name of Buddy Holly's backup band? It was Buddy Holly and the...
Someone's yelling it. I don't know it.
Dun, dun, dun. Don't know. It's Steven for the steal.
No idea.
Buddy Holly and the...
Crickets!
Crickets. There he is.
That's what I was hearing when I was trying to guess that question.
As most of my jokes. Back to Steven. How is Tsar Peter the First of Russia more commonly known?
Is it Rasputin?
Incorrect. Julie with the steal.
I don't know.
Peter the Great. Peter the Great. Peter the Great. Julie, your question. Mary Antoinette famously remarked, "Let them eat what?"
Cake.
Cake. Let them eat cake. Julie with 2 points. Steven with 1. We have some tri-bonds coming up here. I have, you'll each get 2 tri-bonds. What a tri-bond is, I'm going to give you 3 words. They're associated somehow. Tell me what the common thing is between all 3 of these words. Are you ready, Steven?
Yep.
A violinist, an archer, a gift wrapper. What's common with all 3 of those things?
Gift wrapper, violinist, a bow.
A bow is correct. They all use a bow. We're tied up 2-2. Julie, your tri-bond. Cuts, tracks, singles.
They're all words for a song.
Correct. All terms for a song. Steven, your last tri-bond. Eliminator, Bigfoot, Gravedigger.
Those are all monster trucks.
Monster trucks. Of course they are. Of course they are. And
I was a kid. Sunday, 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 yo.
all right, Julie. A needle, a hurricane, a potato.
They all have eyes.
They all have eyes. Correct. We're down to 2 questions each. Steven, the Tournament of Roses is held in what California city?
Los Angeles.
Julie from California, what city is the Tournament of Roses held in?
Is it in Pasadena?
Pasadena is correct. Julie, your question. What trees were introduced to Washington, D.C. by First Lady Helen Taft after she visited Japan?
The cherry trees?
Cherry trees, correct. Back to Stephen. Instead of the bald eagle, what edible game bird did Benjamin Franklin want as the U.S. symbol?
Is it a turkey?
Turkey is correct. And Julie, the final question. Florida's state bird is not the flamingo, but is Florida's state bird is not the flamingo, but is what much loved southern songbird? I think I've had this question on 5 different shows, and nobody's ever gotten it right.
Well, like, name some other southern songbirds.
I can think of one.
Is it the one that's the answer to this question?
That's correct.
Okay, I don't know.
The mockingbird.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. The mockingbird. Well, I'll give Julie 6 points to Steven's 5 in our little mini game here on our Reboot show. It's going to go to Julie.
Yay! I love losing.
Julie.
Oh, then this is extra good.
I know. I just lost 2 games at my live trivia, and now this. It's like awesome.
At least you're consistent.
I think they call that a three-peat.
That's right. It's like a hat trick of sucking.
You're a triple threat of trivia.
That's right.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We had Tim, Kathy, Jeremy, Jack, Stephen, and Julie. And in this episode, both Tim and Julie walked away with the wins.
Tim? Our Tim? Did I miss
Tim? Different Tim.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Tim joined us.
Where was Shelley?
Like some Tims.
I'm the only original guy of this episode that stuck around.
Yeah, Shelley. Boy, poor Shelley. She missed. I'm about to record a special segment with her just so she doesn't miss the show.
Yeah.
To keep her streak intact.
Was this recorded?
Not only recorded, but broadcasted live on Facebook.
Oh, great.
To the world.
I'm glad I was like all sweaty.
You are? We're just not saying anything? No.
I'm glowing.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Stuff I Never Knew is a Mega Cat Media production.
Mega! And don't forget, if you'd like to be on Stuff I Never Knew and have some fun with us, go over to Facebook and join the Stuff I Never Knew Primetime Players group. That's your key to getting the link for tonight's show when we go live. You can go over to that group, join the group, and you'll be the first to know when there's a new show.